For you, what's been the worst thing that he's done?
I would say just like letting me go to jail, you know, not protecting me.
Because I'm old enough to fuck an old woman, or I'm young enough to fuck an old woman, or a new woman, I mean a young woman. I like it. What do you like? You see I got hair now. you see I got hair now. That's crazy, pause. Super gay. I was extremely gay. What I just did.
Why do you have your shirt off, bro?
Because it's hot and I feel like I was at home.
Not hot in here. It's not hot.
Well, I wanted to show y'all that I feel at home.
Yeah, but it's a bunch of dudes here.
It's women
It is
in
not.
here.
Just gotta walk it off, you know what I'm saying? That's all.
Let's get this music started. Reggie, what the fuck you doing?
I'm walking it off.
In today's story, the internet is buzzing with whispers, and the truth might be darker than anyone expected because what Princess Love allegedly walked in on could change everything you thought you knew about Ray J. The receipts, the rumors, and the reactions all weave into a messy, twisted web of secrets Hollywood doesn't want you to uncover. So let's unravel it. Before we dive into this scandal, make sure you like this video and subscribe, because what I'm about to reveal will leave you questioning whether this is just another celebrity rumor or if Ray J has been hiding in plain sight all along, playing a game far bigger than anyone imagined. This isn't just about a marriage falling apart. It's about betrayal, manipulation, and an underground world of power plays and whispered deals. So buckle up, because the truth is about to take you places you never expected.
But like I said, you know, we started a new company, me and a couple of my business partners. It's called The Agency, and The Agency really caters to LGBTQIA+ artists in the music industry, streaming, TV, right? And so there's a board. It's about 12 of us on there. Some really good guys on there. I think I'm the only. I think it might be one other straight guy on the board, but the straights, right? So when we around all of our gay homies, when we walk in, they go, there go the straights. And so like, it's only like 2 of us, so we feel like left out. But we handle our business, you know what I'm saying? We come in there and we get it done. Shout out to Tarad and shout out to Dumpin' D. I've been to a lot of Diddy parties. I know. And ain't none of them had no dirty shit happening at them. All that happening with Diddy is a conspiracy, y'all. Ain't been, like, first off, ain't been to no parties where been f***ing everybody.
Now let's start where the storm really began, with Suge Knight. It wasn't Princess who first spilled tea about Ray J's questionable lifestyle. It was Suge who casually sat on national television and accused Ray J and Diddy of being lovers. Those words weren't whispered in a back room. They were broadcast boldly, setting the internet on fire. People couldn't believe it. Was Suge just trolling, or was he exposing something Hollywood insiders already knew? Suddenly, Ray J wasn't just another R&B singer with a checkered personal life. He was the centerpiece of a conspiracy connecting him to one of the most powerful moguls in music. Diddy's own son stepped in, confronting Suge and demanding he stop tarnishing their father's name. But then Suge threw a bizarre twist. He claimed he wasn't even talking about Diddy at all. He suggested the lover he meant was himself. Was this a power move? Was Suge trying to control the narrative? And either way, the damage was done. Ray J's name was now cemented in a story too wild to ignore, and fans started digging through his past, his mannerisms, his interviews, looking for cracks in the mask. But if you thought the fire ended there, think again, because Ray J himself poured gasoline on the flames. When he appeared on Kai Cenat's live stream, it should have been harmless, just a celebrity guest having fun with one of the biggest streamers in the world.
Dada never did nothing to anybody, right? Mama never did nothing to me. Dada never did nothing to mama, right? Everything is safe. Have Dada put hands on mama or mama put hands on Dada? No, right? Okay, so there's no reason to call the police, right? We're just making a movie. We're just playing, okay?
Can we go to your house?
We can go to my house, but I just want to make sure everything is safe here with Melody and everybody.
Can we go to my house? But can we go to your house right now?
Go get you a sweater. Go get a sweater and we'll go. But nothing crazy has happened. I got it all on tape. All right, so let's get you let's put on your shoes.
I don't want to leave.
I gotta leave, baby. I don't want anything that. Everything's okay. I just want to make sure everything is safe. I love your mom. Your mom loves me. Loves me. No, I love your mom. Your mom loves me. I just want to keep it documented that nothing is happening and that we both respect each other and love each other. This was just a pretend thing, okay? We just had an argument, okay? I don't want it to get out of hand, and I wanted to make sure it's recorded and seen so we're all super safe. Just because somebody has a disagreement doesn't mean anything, you know? Calling the police over a disagreement is loud, and I'm not with that. Okay? I love you. Your mom loves you. Did you check on your mom? Or check on her one more time. Tell her you're going with that. Or we'll do it one more time and tell her you're going with that. You have to one more time so she knows you're going with me, okay? That's the right thing to do. Huh? We're just going.
Instead, it became one of the most embarrassing viral moments of his entire career. Cameras caught him trying to follow Kai into the shower, stripping down with no clothes, laughing it off like it was a joke. But viewers weren't laughing. Then came the footage of him walking around visibly bricked up in a room full of shirtless young men in their early 20s. No women in sight. No explanation that could make sense. A 44-year-old man in a space that looked more like a frat party gone wrong. Social media lit up instantly, with accusations flying that Ray J was down low, that he was preying on younger men, that he was trying to turn them out. Even longtime fans couldn't defend it. They saw desperation. They saw danger. They saw a man who had gotten way too comfortable with behavior that no longer looked like an accident, it looked like a pattern. And then came Princess Love, the woman who had stood by him through years of chaos, who allegedly confirmed the whispers by what she personally witnessed. Word spread that Princess didn't just leave Ray J over petty fights or disagreements, she left because she caught him in bed with another man.
DR! We live in the DR!
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, man. You know what I'm saying? We out here making sure we celebrate the Holy V-Day. And then also, like, there's a lot of bags to get when you brainstorming amongst a lot of creative minds. So we all tap in. Then we quick mastermind.
The story was that this wasn't some innocent misunderstanding, it was undeniable, raw, and humiliating. Sources close to her claim she walked in at the worst possible moment, and instead of being shocked or defensive, Ray J almost acted like he'd been through this cycle before. Princess realized this wasn't new, it wasn't the first time, and it wasn't going to stop. People who knew her said she couldn't pretend anymore. That walking away wasn't just about her pride, it was about survival. And if that wasn't enough, whispers grew louder that she had found receipts, conversations, evidence that suggested his affairs went beyond one night or one person. The revelation shook their marriage to its core, and it was the final straw that made her file for divorce for good. But the story got darker when old footage resurfaced of a domestic dispute that turned public. Their daughter was caught in the middle, even dialing 911 herself after witnessing her parents' fights escalate. That kind of trauma doesn't happen overnight. Ray J was later seen trying to manipulate the narrative, coaching his little girl on camera to say that nothing happened and that it was all pretend. Viewers were horrified. Here was a man accused of putting his family through turmoil, now dragging his child into the mess as a prop to clean up his image. Online whispers added more weight, suggesting Princess had called the cops not simply over arguments, but after finding evidence of his relationships with men and trans women. And if you've ever seen how exposed down-low men react when caught, you know how violent and defensive it can get. Suddenly, fans connected the dots. Princess wasn't just protecting her pride, she was protecting herself and her child. The mask was slipping, and the Ray J the world saw in interviews was nothing like the one Princess faced behind closed doors. That mask slipped further when Ray J launched his reality show The Girls Club. On paper, it was just another messy reality concept, but the casting raised eyebrows instantly, an entire house filled with trans women. To some, it looked like an edgy business idea, to others, it looked like a cover. Why would Ray J, of all people, suddenly invest his time and money into this exact demographic? The whispers grew louder. This wasn't about producing content, it was about indulging his desires under the safe label of business. Princess reportedly hated the project, seeing it as yet another humiliation. But Ray J doubled down, promoting it heavily, smiling through interviews, acting as if he had nothing to hide. Fans couldn't ignore the pattern. Every move he made seemed less like coincidence and more like a man building an elaborate front while feeding his secret life. And then came Danielle, the woman who shifted the spotlight completely. Flown in from the UK at Ray J's personal request, Danielle wasn't just another cast member, she quickly became the one people whispered about. Insiders claimed Ray J was obsessed with her. He didn't just cast her, he flew her across the world, put her on screen, and even brought her onto Candace Owens' show to defend her. Watching Ray J squirm under Candace's tough questions while passionately standing by Danielle only fueled the rumors. People said the chemistry was too obvious, too real, and that Danielle wasn't just part of the show, she was part of his private life. Princess allegedly found out about their connection and exploded, finally realizing the extent of Ray J's betrayal. Whether you believe it or not, the fact that he took Danielle into such a public, controversial space told fans everything. They weren't watching a producer promoting talent, they were watching a man defending his lover. But Ray J's alleged double life didn't stop with his personal desires. Rumors swirled that he played a darker role, recruiting rappers into Diddy's notorious circle. The first name tied to him was Fabulous. It started innocently, with Fab joking on Twitter about Ray J's piano singing at Floyd Mayweather's party. But Ray J didn't laugh. He went ballistic, calling into the Breakfast Club, threatening violence, even suggesting Fab could be sexually assaulted by his crew. Fans were stunned, wondering why a simple joke triggered such an extreme reaction. Years later, when Diddy's Drink Champs interview resurfaced with him begging Fab to come to his parties, people remembered Ray J's threats. Suddenly, it looked like Ray J wasn't just angry, he was trying to force Fab into Diddy's orbit. Fab himself later admitted he once faked a bathroom break just to sneak out of one of Diddy's gatherings. The puzzle pieces started to align, and fans began suspecting Ray J wasn't just a participant in this world, he was a recruiter. After Fabulous, the next name was YK Osiris. Ray J befriended him, and suddenly YK was spotted vacationing with Diddy in Jamaica. Shirtless photos, intimate Instagram posts, captions about massages and fruit, it all painted a picture people couldn't ignore. Fans accused him of being Diddy's new boy toy, and the timing lined up perfectly, right after Ray J brought him into the circle. Then came the infamous Breakfast Club interview, where YK nervously smiled, fidgeted, and refused to answer when asked about the rumors. His body language betrayed him, and the internet had a field day. The whispers grew. Ray J had pimped him out, just like he allegedly tried with others. And to make it worse, Ray J later flew to the Dominican Republic to surprise YK for his birthday, bragging about bagging creative minds and brainstorming in ways that sounded more like coded language than friendship. Viewers weren't buying it. They saw patterns, they saw grooming, they saw the same sinister setup again and again. At the end of the day, Ray J's story has shifted from entertainer to enigma. Princess Love seems to have washed her hands of him, finally done with the drama and the danger. But the public can't stop asking, is Ray J just messy? Or is he part of a much larger machine designed to lure men into Hollywood's darkest corners? People online warn that Ray J isn't just hiding secrets, he's actively recruiting, actively warping the next generation of artists. And the craziest part? He doesn't even seem to be hiding anymore. He's on streams, on shows, on vacations, leaving breadcrumbs so obvious you'd think he wanted to get caught. Maybe Princess wasn't just a wife walking in on betrayal, maybe she was a woman who saw the bigger picture and ran before the house of cards collapsed completely. But here's where it gets even more twisted, because Ray J's downfall isn't just about his secrets or his marriage, it's about the bigger picture of what this means for Hollywood's culture. For years, fans have whispered that certain circles in the industry thrive on controlling artists through leverage, scandal, and hidden lifestyles. When someone is caught in compromising positions, it makes them easier to manipulate, easier to silence, easier to use as pawns in a much larger game. And when you look at Ray J's timeline, the Suge Knight comments, the Kai Cenat incident, the allegations from Princess, the trans woman connections, the recruiting rumors, it doesn't feel like a series of random mistakes. It feels orchestrated. It feels like Ray J was groomed into this system and eventually became a recruiter himself, pulling others into the same web. Whether willingly or unwillingly, whether for money, power, or pleasure, his story seems to intersect with some of the darkest corridors of Hollywood, and the scariest part is that so much of this isn't whispered anymore, it's happening on camera, live streams, and Instagram posts for the whole world to see. Yet still, the full truth remains buried. And that's where Princess Love's role becomes crucial, because if anyone knows the real story, it's her. People speculate she saw enough to finally understand what Ray J was truly involved in, and that's why she pulled the plug on their marriage, no matter the cost. She had endured cheating rumors, public humiliation, fights, and police calls, but the idea of being tied to someone living a double life of this magnitude was too much to bear. For her, leaving wasn't just about heartbreak, it was about survival, protecting her children from a toxic cycle that could have destroyed them all. As for Ray J, his public image continues to unravel, with fans demanding answers he refuses to give, and rumors piling up faster than he can deny them. Maybe one day the full truth will explode in the open, and Hollywood won't be able to hide anymore. Until then, all we can do is watch the breadcrumbs, piece together the contradictions, and ask the question everyone's too afraid to answer out loud. Was Ray J just a messy celebrity, or was he the frontman for one of the industry's darkest, most dangerous games?